Elvis Reborn on AGT 2025. Filipino singer leaves judges speechless. The moment the backstage assistant called his name, Elias Cruz felt his hands turn cold. He wasn't scared of the stage, he was scared of disappointing the people who had pushed him to stand on it. At 27, he had spent most of his life singing in Manila's streets, not for fame, but to support the grandmother who raised him. Now, standing behind the glowing star-shaped doors of America's Got Talent, he silently whispered, "Lola, this is for you." Elias didn't come to the show for glory. He came because kindness had carried him here. A year earlier, a tourist visiting Manila recorded him singing, "Can't Help Falling in Love," at a small cafe. The video went viral overnight. Emails poured in, people offering help, encouragement, and invitations. But only one message changed his life. The cafe owner's daughter started a fundraiser to send him to America and give him a chance to audition. Elias resisted at first. He didn't want charity. But she told him, "Sometimes the world gives back to those who give their whole heart. Let us lift you for once." And now, here he was, walking onto the biggest stage of his life. The theater buzzed with energy, audience members whispering, lights shimmering like stars, and 3 judges staring at him with curiosity. Simon Cowell leaned forward, his face unreadable. Heidi smiled warmly, and Howie gave him a small nod of encouragement. "What's your name, and why are you here?" Simon asked. "My name is Elias," he said softly. "I'm here because people I've never met believed I should try." A murmur rippled through the crowd. "And what will you be singing?" Heidi asked. Elias hesitated. "A song by Elvis Presley." The audience erupted into cheers. But Simon raised a brow, clearly skeptical. "Big shoes to fill," he warned. Elias simply nodded. "I know." Then the music started. Soft, tender, familiar. But when Elias opened his mouth, something extraordinary happened. His voice didn't imitate Elvis, it carried the same soul. It was warm, haunting, and powerful in a way that made people forget they were watching a contestant. It felt like they were witnessing a miracle. Gasps spread across the room as his tone soared, dipped, and wrapped around every note like velvet. An elderly woman in the audience clasped her chest. A young man wiped a tear. Even the camera operators seemed frozen. Halfway through the song, something unexpected happened. Elias suddenly paused. The music continued, but he didn't sing. Simon's eyebrows shot up, but Elias turned his head toward the far left of the room, where an usher was quietly helping a frail man in a wheelchair who was struggling to see the stage. Without thinking twice, Elias gently stepped away from the microphone. The entire room went still. He walked to the edge of the stage and said softly into the mic, "Can someone help bring him closer? I want him to see this." A stunned hush fell. The staff quickly guided the elderly man forward. Elias waited patiently, respectfully, not caring about cameras or timing. When the man reached the front row, Elias returned to the mic and said, "This song is for you, sir." The audience erupted into applause, deeper, warmer, more emotional than before. Even Simon looked genuinely moved. Elias resumed singing, but now there was something new in his voice, softness, gratitude, and the unspoken love he carried for people like his grandmother, people who deserved to be seen. By the final note, the entire theater rose to its feet as one. It wasn't just a standing ovation, it was a wave of humanity crashing forward. The old man was crying. The judges were speechless. Simon placed a hand to his chest, visibly shaken. "Elias, I don't say this lightly. That was beautiful, not because you sounded like Elvis, but because you reminded us what music is supposed to do, connect us." He reached toward the golden buzzer but paused, studying Elias with unexpected softness. "Thank you for that moment," he whispered. Then, boom, gold exploded from above, raining down like sunlight as the audience screamed. The elderly man reached out a trembling hand, and Elias rushed forward to hold it as confetti fell around them. Elias didn't cry until that moment, seeing the man smile, seeing the compassion that had guided his entire life finally reflected back at him. This wasn't just a dream coming true. It was proof that kindness, no matter how small, always returns in ways you never expect. Backstage, as he hugged the staff and fellow contestants, he whispered, "Lola, we made it." And though she wasn't physically there, he felt her presence in every golden sparkle drifting through the air. In that moment, Elias realized something powerful. Greatness isn't measured by fame or applause. It's measured by the hearts you touch along the way. And on that night, one simple act of compassion transformed a performance into a memory the world would never forget. a reminder that humanity, kindness, and music are universal languages capable of reaching every soul. Elias didn't just sing like Elvis. He reminded the world what it means to feel.